You can go to the Patreon link in the description of this video to receive instant access to the entire course with either a Tier 2 or 3 subscription, or by purchasing the course individually. In this video, we'll be looking at how to unpack and set up our pedal steel guitar. So let's look at the video. In this lesson, we're going to start from the very basics. We're going to assume that you have the guitar in the case. You've either just gotten it home or you're just fixing to set it up for the very first time. Also, by learning this, if you have to tear the guitar down, put it back in the case, and transport it somewhere, then you'll know how to do that the best way. So what we want to do initially is set the case on an elevated position. And the reason we're doing this is that we're trying to get it up off the floor where it makes it easier to handle. Also makes it easier on your back, so the ergonomics of it is better. And when you go to lift the guitar out of the case, it'll make it a whole lot easier for you. So you want to look at a place to set it as you start putting the legs and the tow bar and stuff on, which we'll talk about in a second. Is you want to make sure that it doesn't tip over. So it will be, as you put one set of legs on or the other, it has a tendency to move in the case, so you want to make sure that it's stable wherever you put it. Okay, so as we open up the case, let's look and see what we have inside here. We should have a tow bar. We should have a pouch that normally it comes with a case that will include the legs and the pedal rods. Okay, so we can tell the orientation of the guitar, which is front and back, by where the positions are to hook the pedal rods to. So that should be toward the front, which is toward the lid. When you open the lid up, the front of the guitar will be toward the front of the lid. So this is where the pedal rods will go. So again, we should have the tow bar, we should have the legs, and the pedal rods. Now, these legs are telescopic on majority of the guitars, and you have the ability to adjust them. So let's look at how we would adjust the leg for the height. There's an insert inside the leg that is tightened and loosened by the lock nut. Turning it clockwise or counterclockwise will tighten or loosen the leg. Then you can pull the insert in or out and adjust to the height that feels comfortable to you. The legs are threaded, which will allow you to easily tighten them into each corner of the guitar. Now, clockwise should tighten, while counterclockwise should loosen the legs. So let's look at now. We're going to put the legs on. Okay, now I've seen in the past, and there's nothing wrong with it, you can take a piece of tape and maybe like a painter's tape, something that's not going to hurt the guitar, hurt the finish of the legs, and simply put a piece of tape on the back legs or on the front legs. Also, another way to do it, and I've done this, is simply on the pouch. You can simply write on the pouch. You can write left, right, front, back on the pouch. So as you take them out of the pouch and install them on the guitar, you'll know the orientation or which one's which. Okay, now let's attach the tow bar, see how that goes. Again, there's a front and a back. The tow bar will go to the front of the guitar. The tow bar has a width of it, so we want our legs to fit that. So this is where the adjustment comes into play. We can, right now, as we're initially setting our guitar up, we can determine which will be the front legs and the back legs by adjusting this out to fit to the tow bar. Now, the pedal rods, most of the time, will have a number that's stenciled on them. If not, you can use some kind of method. You can either take a permanent marker and maybe right on the very end, on the tip of this part right here, so you can know which one's the first, second, third. Normally on our E9 guitar, we'll simply have 3 pedals for that. We'll have a 1, 2, 3, and this will be the way that would look, and that would be the orientation for that. So let's put the pedal rods on. Let's see how they attach to the guitar, and then we'll see how they attach to the tow bar. If you're setting the guitar up by yourself, you can grab the front right leg with your left hand and the back left leg with your right hand. Then you can lift the guitar up out of the case and rotate it forward to set it down into place. You can simply reverse this to put it back into the case. If you're setting the guitar up with two people, each person can grab two legs on each side of the guitar by crossing their arms. Then you can simply rotate the guitar out of the case into a standing position. Again, this can be reversed to place the guitar back into the case. We hope this video was helpful. Now in our next video, we'll be looking at the parts of our pedal steel guitar. But first, we'd like to thank our supporters on YouTube and Patreon, especially our Tier 3 supporters, Jim, M. Medlock, William, Philip, Arthur, and Douglas. So thanks again, and let's keep picking.